Today is November 10th, 2025, the 50th anniversary of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And I learned I learned how to sing this song because when I was growing up, we had a woman who would watch us like a babysitter, Mrs. Roa, and she told me that Gordon Lightfoot, she says that's the way a man's voice should sound. So all my life, pretty much, because I was alive in 1975, I kind of used that as a model for singing as I learned how to sing better. But I never really sang Gordon Lightfoot songs that much. I just always sang along with them when there was one that I knew on the radio. Anyway, both of my the Great Lakes, both of my parents were born in cities next to the Great Lakes, Buffalo and Port Huron, Michigan, and I have like extended family living still in that area, quite a few people, and there's even like whole towns there in Ontario that are named after people in my extended family, my ancestors from that area. So when when my family came to the USA from Europe, everybody pretty much settled in that area initially on both my mother and father's side of the family. But I was born, me Tim Johnson. I was born in in Los Angeles, and that's also where Gordon Lightfoot learned. I mean, I don't know. He probably knew some music before that, but he went to music school in Los Angeles, and although he was out of there, I think before I was born. But anyway, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I mean, people have so many things to say about this song. I don't know what else I could say about it, but today is the 50th anniversary that the Edmund Fitzgerald sank. Legend lives on from the Chippewa down of the big lake they call Gitchigumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up a dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. A good shipping crew was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As the big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with the crew and a good captain well seasoned, concluding some terms with a couple steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. And later that night when the ship's bell rang, it could be the north wind they'd been feeling. The wind in the wires made a tattletale sound, and the wave broke over the railing. And every man knew, and the captain did too, was the witch of November came stealing. The dawn came late, and the breakfast had to wait when the gales of November came slashing. When afternoon came, it was freezing rain in the face of a hurricane west wind. When supper time came, the old cook came on deck, saying, "Fellas, it's too rough to feed ya." 7 p.m. in the main hatchway caved in. He said, fellas, it's been good to know ya. The captain wired in and had water coming in, and the good ship and crew was in peril. Later that night, when the lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put in 15 more miles behind her. They might have split up and they might have capsized. They may have broke deep and took water. And all that remains is the faces and names of the wives and the sons and the daughters. The curing Rose Superior sings in the rooms of her ice water mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The island and bays are for sportsmen. And farther below, Lake Ontario. Takes in what Lake Erie can send her. The iron boats go and the mariners all know with the gales of November, remember. In a musty old hall in Detroit they prayed in the Maritime Sailor Cathedral. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. The legend lives on from the Chippewa and down of the big lake they call Kitchigumi. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the gales